Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you all doing? Welcome to my live stream. Depending on where you're watching me from. Welcome to my live stream. How are you guys doing? And happy Saturday. Yeah, it's a beautiful day that the Lord has made. We should rejoice and be glad in it. How are you all doing? Get in here. Let's discuss. I'm trying to share myself out. So if you're coming in, kindly share this live stream for me. Okay. Yes, kindly share the live stream. Let's get people here to discuss. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my live stream. Do pardon me, I'm trying to share myself in or share myself out. I hope your day has been good because mine is just getting started. Okay, well. I'm trying to share myself. So, guys, pardon me. I hope I got it right. Welcome to my live stream once again. So, let me get back to streaming. Thank you for joining me today. It's a beautiful day indeed. Um, okay. Yes, I'm almost there. So, if you come into the live stream, please kindly like the video for me, share also to your contact. Let's have amazing people here today with us. Thank you all for joining me. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oyoyo. Thank you for being here. I'm streaming live on my cooking channel, Oyoyo in Doki's Kitchen, and also my family channel, Fun with Lexi and Family. And I'm trying to share that out because I haven't streamed before with my family channel. So let's get that channel link shared out so people will know we are on. Thank you, amazing people, for joining me today. Thank you, Nena Wachuku. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate. Thank you for joining me today. It's a very my today's live stream is a very how will I put it? I don't even know how why was this set as kids is not why I'm trying to understand. Okay, let me see. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you guys for your patience. This is the first time I'm streaming with my family channel on YouTube, so I tried to share the video. They're trying to tell me that it's for kids, so I just made the correction so I can be able to share it in my main channel. So kindly join me if you're coming in for the first time. My name is Ifi Oyoyo, and welcome to my live stream. If you're joining me from Facebook, thank you for being here. And if you're watching from YouTube, thank you as well for being here. And if you guys can hear me okay, let me know. Okay, let me know you can hear me okay. So I'm talking about life. what is life actually. And I'm making reference to the Wigwe family that are going through the hardest period of their lives. And I tried as much as I tried so hard not to talk about this family or not to talk about the tragedy because of a personal experience. You know, I am that girl that lost her father when I was pretty a toddler. Okay, so going through pain when I began to understand life, asking where is daddy and all of that, it wasn't an easy route. And I would say also, I was lucky my mother was alive. So I tried not to talk about this story because it's a very painful one to me. Every member of my family felt the pain because we've been through, great loss in our own family. And I tried to shy away. I was just putting them in my silent prayers and asking God to comfort the family and guide the children and every member of the family, even their aged parents that are now witnessing, burying their adult children alive. That could be very, excruciating pain for any parent, father, mother, to in your old age of 80, 90, you are alive and you're burying your adult grown children. It could be very painful. So, like I said, I tried not to talk about it since that event happened. And I've been, putting them in my silent prayers, asking God, the Almighty, who knows it all, to comfort the family. But yesterday, some insensitive Nigerians were dragging one of the children of the Wigways. I was like, what what are people thinking about? Of all the things to talk about, this young girl that is still trying to process her mind and her mental state of losing a father, a mother, and a brother, a big brother, the only big brother, right? um, on a very bad crash, and then processing the whole thing, and somebody's there judging her for not standing up to greet the Almighty God to them, the vice president of the country, Nigeria. That thing pierced me as though I was the person. I felt the pain of imagining what that would do to the girl. But the only comfort I could get is that the girl might not be reading the internet at this period. She has family members at this period surrounding her. She has good friends with her, watching every step of the way. I'm going to be sharing some stories as well. So, I talked about being a child that grew up without having a father figure because my father passed in a very painful way. It was auto crash. And each time when I became a young adult flying that road from the east going to Lagos, whenever we get to that junction, I think about my father. Oh, this was the place that took my father's life, all of those memories. I can't recall when my father passed, but when I began to be of age to travel, if we are passing from the east going to Lagos, once we get to that spot, I will remember my father, even till today. So it's something that stays with you as long as you live. And people might not understand. If you haven't gone through the pain of losing someone, you will not understand what the people that are experiencing it, what they are going through. The least Tochi Wigwe was thinking about was the audience. If I even tell you guys, that girl might not even be knowing the number of people that were there or the names they were calling. All that might be going into her mind is, God, how can I go through this journey? How can I process this? How can I survive this? How can I? That might be what will be going through the mind of that young girl. That one one person was be the dragon for not having home training. People were in the comment section telling the person, may what besiege the girl befall you, so you understand if you still keep your home training in check or not. But that tells you the heart of men, what they perceive, what is important to them, and what they reverence. Give me 1 second. So, welcome, all of you. Dorcas, thank you for being here. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you guys for joining me today. Those watching from Facebook, thank you immensely for the share, for the likes, and those watching from YouTube, thank you guys for being here. So, my question is, life situation, life is too short. Why you still have life, please live it to the fullest. When I mean fullest, to the fulfillment of what life should be. Don't be reckless, because that will lead you to disaster. Live a very meaningful life. What do I mean by meaningful life? Try to touch someone. It could be with a smile. It could be with hello. It could be with your gift. It could be with your money. Try to touch someone in this journey of life. Nigerian financial world gathered for the past 4 days just for one man and his family members. The banking industry, the private sector in Nigeria, the government, the governor, the president, everybody gathered for one man and his family. Do you think if that man wasn't doing right, will people gather? Everybody had impactful message to say about this man. We saw the royal highnesses shedding tears on the podium, the likes of Sanusi, former emir of Kanu, shedding tears. We saw billionaires crying, Dangotes. A lot of people came to say something, how this particular man, Herbert, impacted their lives. What will people say when you're gone? You know, in the chase for money, wealth, comfort, we forget what is important. What is important? Adding value to others in this journey called life. A lot of people are living the life without thinking, what if I go to bed and I don't wake up? Will the story people will tell behind me, at my back, when the person is gone, how would that story be like? If there is anything anybody should learn from what happened, the tragedy that happened the Wigwes, is that life is extremely too short. And how well you live that life determines how fulfilled you will be. Are you the type that want to acquire a loan? You want to be the only king among your villagers, among your community, so that everybody will be bowing down, worshiping you? Or are you the kind that affects others in this journey called life? Thank you all for joining me. Zara's family, thank you for being here. Ngozi, thank you for being here. Dorcas, all of you watching from Facebook, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you, Ngozi. Family is doing well. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. So I just want to come live today to make this, live stream, because Oh my goodness, my daughter is in trouble. So, guys, sorry about that. I want to quickly tidy this thing up. I have other activities for the day. So, life is too short. Why you have it? You don't know if it's going to be 50 years, 30, 40, but why you have it impact life so that when you journey beyond, people you left behind will have wonderful things to say about you. Your legacy will continue to try to thrive. There is this saying that good people don't last long. I don't know if that is true. I don't want to believe that, but at the same time, some people say geniuses, they don't last long. I don't know. I remember when Michael Jackson passed, we were at work at the bank in Nigeria. A customer that was in her 70s, one of our very powerful customers, she came in. So we're having conversation with this woman, and we didn't know she was a Michael Jackson fan. We were just having conversation. Oh my God, imagine Michael with all the talent just died like that. The woman say, which Michael are we talking about? We say Michael Jackson now. The woman slumped on the chair in our office. Hey, we were like, what was going on? We couldn't figure it out. So we started like fanning her seriously. And then when she got herself back, she started crying that she was a big fan of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson died young. Whitney's daughter she couldn't survive the passing of her mother. She followed suit few years down the line. So for people thinking that Wigwe's daughter, Tochi, was actually taking note of those that came for her father's service of song, that person need to be examined by a medical professional because that's not what the girl is going on in her mind. I've heard a story of a young boy that the day they buried his father, he went into his father's car. I think he was about 11. He has never driven before. He went into his father's car, kicked the engine on, and drove off. Nobody, before people could say, stop, 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 only God knows, they had to start looking for him. Things happen to people, people process things differently. The least that girl, even if, let me even put it this way, even if President of America, King Charles of England, were to be present at that service of song and they came to greet this same girl, she will still sit down to greet them because she's not noticing any hierarchy, any authority. All she's processing, how am I going to now be a mother, be a father to my younger siblings? People don't just get it. So when I saw that statement, that was the height of it. I never wanted to talk about this because I'm still processing their journey in my little mind, asking God for every comfort he could gather for this family. I don't know this man in person. I never worked with GTB when I was in Nigeria to say he was my boss. But the tragedy of losing 3 members of your family at once, and it's not the one that you say the person slept and did not wake up, the body is still intact. Their body were shattered. They had to pick the debris of what remained from the aircraft and put together. So you're processing a lot of things in your mind. And I want to use this opportunity to let us reflect about this thing called life. Life could be too short. So while you're still breathing, there is no point making any enemies. When you still have this life, leave a legacy that will live way beyond you. I was listening to one of the speeches that we are giving at that service of song. The one that really touched my soul so greatly was the speech from Pastor Odukoya, Jimmy Odukoya, the young pastor that the father passed last year last year. He said it all. He was a child, a young child, when his own mother died of plane crash. So his story and that of the Wigwe's children are kind of similar. He has been there where the Wigwe's are right now. Jimmy Odukoya has been there. He knows exactly how your life story will automatically change because of one event. That crash that happened in California changed the life's journey, life story of these young folks. They're still trying to process it. So people should be very mindful how they say things, especially when someone is going through strong pain. That is not something you wish away. When you wake up in the morning, it's all good. Your father is back. They are not coming back. This is forever. This is their reality. Tochi is now the mother of the home. Mother, father, brother, sister, all in one. We should not forget how African system works. The elders have to be the one helping others to catch up. People are not even processing. When I read that comment from that whatsoever his name is that made that utterance, who is Mr. President Biko Kenen? Who is Mr. Vice President? To a young folk crying and mourning her parents and a brother. Who is Mr. President? Anyway, let me read some comments. Treasure G's, thank you for joining me today. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you all of you that shared this live stream. Thank you for being here. Host, you're stunning. Well, really? Woo! Thank you. Exactly what I was saying. The last people can do is to support her, not to start bashing her. Don't be surprised she doesn't notice any of them. That girl was not seeing anybody in the auditorium because her mind is full. She's still thinking. She's still trying to, oh, is this my new reality? And that is her reality. Okay, today this happened like 2 days ago. Yesterday they took the casket home. Today they were doing the formal ceremony to put the corpse to the ground. That's the best thing you can do to a dead body. Down 6 feet. Another speech that that gave me some kind of comfort was the one from I think is the president or vice chancellor of the university, that's saying that he's standing with the board of trustees and he has given the family members his words that the Herbert's dream of having the best university to reckon with in Africa or even in the world will still stand. This man is building state-of-the-art university in Nigeria, and he took it home. Yeah, he took it to his hometown so that his indigenes will benefit from it. That's the impact, the legacy he's leaving behind. That even the next 50 years, that name will still, the young folks unborn will still get to hear Wigwe University. And when you go to the plaque on the wall to read about who Wigwe, you now know that he was that passed with 2 members of his family in a plane crash in California, United States of America. Life is nothing. All these gara people are doing, life is nothing. When I mean life is nothing, when they brought them back to Nigeria, they came in boxes. Remember, this man was high and mighty, a billionaire that didn't just want to be a billionaire by himself. He brought people around. He pulled a lot of people up and he made them stand. There was another thing somebody said, that when he was doing everything he was doing in Port Harcourt, he wasn't adding up. Herbert called him to meet up with him over a dinner. They talked. He said, those that are doing well, do they have 2 heads? It takes somebody who sees vision, who has a vision rather, and who believes in people, in human capital. I'll keep saying it. Who believe in building humans, to see that Yeah, that's your dream, your vision. I want to see it come to fulfillment. It takes somebody who believes in others, who want to see others do well, somebody who doesn't want to be the only eye man, one man eye king in his village. He spread his tentacles across the globe, impacting lives from the north, south, east, west. Nigeria gathered. They stood still for one man. What will people say when you are no more? What will people say behind your back? What will people say? Is it the time they will say, hey, it serves him right? That one, that stingy man, that one that was never anything to the community. Is that what people will say when it's your own time? Let us, we live this life with no gra. Let us also bear in mind that anything can happen to anybody at any time. Nobody knows the hour, nobody knows the time. Anything can happen. Anything can happen to anybody. This life that God has given us, we don't have it for ourselves. We can't dictate what happened. You can only arrange your day because God woke you up in the morning. It's left for it. So, oh, I have this event, this program, and then you're going to champion. You don't even know if you're getting to your bed in the evening. You're just trusting God in the process. As you're taking me out, bring me back home in one piece. In one piece. Hope I didn't follow up the program, but the little clip I saw, Dangote was shedding tears. Yes, Dangote cried. Former Emir of Kano, Sanusi, cried, and a lot of others. And I'm so glad that some people will always walk up to them, those crying on the podium, to comfort them at the back so that they could actually carry on their conversation. It was a very, very, I don't even know how to put it, but I am still in pain. Whenever I go to the internet, I said, should I not bother going to the internet? Because today, all over the internet, they are talking about the Wigwe family. They're talking about the Wigwe family. The young daughter there, she might be 10 or 12. The son there, the youngest son, might be maybe 15 or 16 or 17. They looked like teenagers. Then the older one might be in her 20s. These are still children. From tomorrow, when the whole burial is done today, they go for outing service tomorrow. People will start leaving by next week. Before you know it, they are left with their grandpa, their aunties. At the end of the day, maybe they took 2 weeks off or 1 month off. They will start going back to their families. So these children are going to start figuring it out either with their nanny or with a relative or with their grandparents. It is painful. Anyhow you look at it, is it painful? Then you start asking yourself, what is in this life? This Herbert just commissioned his magnificent home in Lagos about 3 months ago. When I mean a home, the home looks like a university, overseas university. Well constructed. The architecture of the house was mind-blowing when I watched the video. Then you now say, what is in this life? When people try to fight each other with over acrimony is on unnecessary things, I say, are they not asking questions? What is in this life? Life is too short. The earlier you wake up every day and dust your, no matter the struggle. Yeah, we go through pains. For me, as our faces are different, so our stories are different, our life situations are different. We all, in one way or the other, have demons that we are battling with. One's demons might be lack of money, another might be lack of health, another like lack of food to eat, another might be lack of intellect. We have things that we are going through. I call them little demons. We have things, challenges in this life. There is nobody that you tell me today that life is all figured out for him or her. Nada. Not even Elon Musk. With all his money, the guy know they sleep. Because if how can he sleep when he's thinking about stock exchange not crashing? We have our little demons. But the essence of life is appreciating every given day and making it your best day, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. If you're a Christian, the Bible said, give us this day. Give us this day. It's not saying give us today, tomorrow, and the next. Give us this day. So God, if God wakes you up in the morning, he has provided for that day. So that day is what you got. Make the best out of that given day. And then ask God for tomorrow. I was trying to educate my little daughter about life. I was trying to say, as we are going to bed, it was during my bedtime routine. As we are about to sleep now, after saying prayers and saying grace, anything that happens from the time you close your eyes until you wake up is in God's hand. She said, how do I mean? I say, yes. Because the moment you fall asleep, you're no longer conscious. So it's now left for the angels of God to carry you through the journey of 8 hours of sleep, or 9 hours of sleep, or 6, depending on how many hours you sleep at night. Your body is gone. When you're in sleep, have anybody thought about it? The sleep process. When you're asleep, what do you think happened? That will get you closer to understanding when someone is gone. If they wake you up in a hurry from sleep, you can panic. What's going on? You can jump off because you were woke. You still grappling to get your body together. So life, there is nothing really in this life. A day is given. A day is provided for. Give us this day. This day. So I will keep talking about this. I never wanted to, because it was very painful for me to process what I wasn't even thinking about. The dead again. They are gone. The family, they are gone, right? The 3 people that passed at California, their own ended, right? I was more thinking about what is going to befall these young folks, the children. Somebody will be saying, after all, there is money there now, they will just pick themselves up. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's not easy to pick yourself up. You didn't lose one parent, you lost 2 in a very tragic way, and you lost a brother. It's not easy to pick up the pieces like that, even with all the money. Some people don't survive it. Some people will now go into took their hands into vices because they couldn't survive the emotional trauma. So after this whole burial, I know the family are going to sit for family therapy. People are going to walk them through on how to live the new life now. Initially, it could be, okay, Tochi, go to college. When you finish studying, you come back, you start heading this company or that company. Now, every of the company has fallen under Tochi and the siblings. I'm gonna give another life a story. Growing up, when I was in my teens, there was our neighbor, passed. The wife first passed. So when we didn't know when the wife passed. Then we met him when after the wife passed, like 3 years after or 4 years. So it was just him and his 4 children. So this man was the one managing everything. It used to be the wife managing the front of the business. The man was busy doing overseas trip. So today he's in Hong Kong, tomorrow in China, the next day in Japan. And then when he comes back to Nigeria, he's flying from Onitsha to Lagos every day. So the thing was kind of my mother was like, this is too much. This is really, really too much. Hey, so my mother was concerned. So what my mother did was to ask the man, say, Biko, these children, they still need you alive. If you can reduce the number of night journey, this man was doing every day. He travels to Lagos in the night. In the morning, he's in Onitsha, especially when his goods are all back, because his main office is in Onitsha. So he goes back, forth, back, Alaba today, main market Onitsha tomorrow. The man was always on the road. So my mother now called him. Say, how are the children? They are fine. The children were growing by themselves. While their only parent was trying to ravel the whole business. The mother was, their mother was the one managing the Onitsha side of the business, while the man was in Lagos and all of that trying to do it. But this one, it fell on him. So my mother called him, said, Biko, if you can be traveling in the morning so you can see where you're going to, that this night journey is so risky. So the man was like, hey, Mama, thank you, but what can I do? My children are still very young. They don't know anything about the business. Fast forward, like about, let's say 12 years after, or 10 to 12 years after, I don't even know if it was up to 10 years, the man passed. When the man passed, at that time, the first daughter was 24 years old. So she became the CEO, the managing director, the anything you can think about of her father's business and wealth. This girl at 24 started flying to Hong Kong, Japan, India today. It's not easy. People don't understand. Because there are others already filled, money paid for all these businesses. Somebody has to fill into that shoe. And the shoes are usually too big for young children to fill into. The shoes are so big, you can't even fit in your father's shoes or your mother's shoes, especially when they are in that kind of business and wealth. It's too big to fill in. Somebody will say, why did they take their son to the journey? They were teaching their son the rope, the business rope. So there is no blaming game here. But to tell you, even with all the money, so by the time this was happening, my sister, when my mother complained about the man, my sister was a banker at that time. So my sister said, okay, Mama, I can help. I want to put all this man's businesses in, let him gather his portfolio. That was the help my mother, being a widow, could render to a widower. So you see, my daughter say, if you come to Lagos, you should come and meet her in the bank. So this man agreed, went to the bank. He wasn't an educated man. He was a trader, but a very rich one. So he went, my sister now asked him, bring all your thing. I'm going to open a safe deposit for you in the bank. So you can have all your documents, all your company documents in your own safe deposit. Bank will give you your key. Nobody can have access to it unless you and your children. And being a one-man business, it wasn't conglomerate you can think about, but he was a very rich man. So when he eventually passed, the next thing, my sister made sure they called the daughter, because the daughter was the beneficiary, the next in line. Those were the things my sister put in place for this man. So the daughter came. He said, you need a lawyer. That's what my sister told the young girl, 24 years old, that her mates are still doing abantelo. If you were 24 years old now, they'll still be doing Instagram posing. The girl came, Auntie, I don't know where to start from. I say, no, you're going to start from somewhere. Where is your father's lawyer? So this is your father has a safe deposit box in the bank. His documents, so you're not looking for anything. You're not going to fight anything with anybody. All the document was in one place. It took somebody who can give guidance. People don't know everything, and don't assume you know it all. My mother raised a concern. She talked to her daughter. My sister now intervened. That was how this man gathered all his businesses, all his property documents, and they were able to secure everything while he was alive. So the journey became easier for the 24-year-old to manage a business of billions of naira. 24 years. So the girl had to start visiting all of the father's properties. They say, no, you're not visiting. You're going to get a lawyer. If you don't want to continue with your father's lawyer, look for a lawyer. Okay, if you need help accessing one, we can go through some, good firms that could help you. So this girl got a lawyer, and the lawyer had to write to all the properties and tenants and everything that management has changed, because she's now the new CEO. People don't even, it's not just about the funeral. Today will come and go. Tomorrow the family will go for outing. After the funeral, what happens? If there is no trustee to help this young girl navigate the father's businesses, people are going to cheat them out of it. No be people, human beings. But I know, because Wigwe was a very intelligent man, very educated, highly successful. He must have put one or two things in place. But then again, remember, he was still a young man in his prime. Only God knows if he did all of this, because nobody expects to pass to buy young. You're expecting, oh, my father is still alive. My father is in his 90s. My mother is in her 80s. That means I'm going to live long. That is our expectation. But life happens. And the realization that life could happen at any time is what will make you understand that today that you are alive, breathing well, seeing Oyoyo's fine face, make you enjoy today. Make you live that today meaningful. Don't go looking for people's trouble, thinking or she that you're the almighty because you think you have money, or because you think you have strength. You can do people basbos and get away. Today, let today be meaningful. Let your life today be a meaningful one. If you see someone who is struggling, give the person a call. If you don't have anything kind to say to people on their internet space, walk past, pretend as if you did not say it. Don't be that person that will go and throw somebody and cause the person into depression. There is nothing in this life. It's too short. Live this life while you're still alive. Thank you, my big Facebooker. You is here. Tina Isoa and family. Oh, yeah. Tina, thank you for joining me. Thank you. That's my big, celebrity. Thank you for joining me, Tina. Thank you, Adane. Adane is here. Guys, please, all these people that have pages, see, my mouse is not working. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you. Nenna Wachuku, you were the one that started with me. Thank you for being here. God bless you immensely. I don't know if you have a page, Nenna. I'm not sure. It might be just a channel, will I say profile. Thank you guys for being here. I have Pamela David. Thank you for being here. And I also have my sister Adane. Adane is a page. Adane, don't mind the name Adane. Adane is a page. She's not a profile account. It's a page on YouTube. Please kindly follow her. I beg of you to follow her. She had a very big page in the past, but something happened to that page. Kindly follow her on her new page. Likewise, Tina Isoha is another page. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Nwachuku invited you, Pamela. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Nwachuku. Hey, God bless you. Real good. God bless you, real good. God bless you. Thank you guys for being here. So, why am I talking? I didn't want to talk about this family because I've gone through pain of losing a parent when I was very little. I didn't know when they buried my father. As a matter of fact, I didn't know what they were doing. I was there, but I didn't know what they were doing. They said I was even asking for food. That was what I was concerned. I was a toddler. I was hungry, things like that. But For anybody who hasn't experienced such, should not be uttering words that are very insignificant to the people going through the pain. And I'm making reference to Situation Wigwe, that they were, you know, dragging all over the social media because she did not prostrate for Mr. Vice President, as if that was what they came for. So if you haven't gone through losing somebody very close to you, somebody very dear, somebody like that is everything you've known about life is that person, you will not understand the pain that these family members are going through. They will continue to go through. That will be part of their lives for the rest of their lives. Yes. I said here for most of you coming now, the scene of the accident where my father passed, whenever I apply that road in those days going to Lagos, whenever they get there, I panic, serious panic. And I wasn't aware when he passed, but they told me that junction, that place. So whenever I get there, when I became an adult, I will like, please, oh, let nothing happen to me. You know the way you hold yourself, as if you're holding your hands like this, let nothing happen to you. That's gonna be the protection. So this thing is not a day's thing, is not a 2 months thing you get away with. The shoes they left behind for this family, for these children to fill in, I will tell you, the shoes, the size, they never swam for Tochi. The shoemaker hasn't made that size for the children. It's a very big shoe, very huge one. They can't fit into those. But with God on their side, they are going to navigate every journey with ease. And that is the prayer I'm praying for them. God is going to take them, hold them by their hands, one day at a time, one journey at a time, one milestone at a time, and they are going to triumph. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, we'll be hearing about how they were able to get through this pain that befell them. It's not an easy thing at all. See, oh God, Chuku, oh God, baby, thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you, thank you for being here. So, as we process their family story, their journey, we should also be reflecting on our own lives. What is that thing that you're worrying about? What is that thing that is giving you sleepless night? I've talked about it. We, as our faces are different, we have our struggles, we have our journey, we have our stories. If I tell you my own story, it's going to be different from your story. But what is that thing that your soul is wrestling with? My approach to situations that I don't have control over, my approach to them is, God, give me the courage to handle the ones I can, and give me the understanding to accept the ones I cannot handle. Because I need to understand while I should accept difficulties. Let me give an example. Nigeria is going through serious financial problem. There is hunger in the land. I was watching a video this morning of a young guy that went into the streets trying to bless Nigerians, especially women, because it was Women's Day yesterday. So she was trying to see how many lives he could touch. He met some market women or women on the street, asking them what they think about what they want. Some said they want fridge. Woman said she needed a deep freezer. The guy went to the store and bought a deep freezer. Another said she needs food. They bought food. The other ones, I want to stock my shop. The guy was just giving arms to people on the street yesterday, being Women's Day. I know the country is tough, extremely tough. So the least we can be at this point is to be kind. That's the least we can be, to be kind to people. But when I say the least, that list is too expensive for some people, especially the keyboard warriors that will come and tell you stories. That list is too expensive for some people. Very, very expensive for some people. But that's the least we can do. Be kind to us another. We are still talking about Mr. Ibu that passed last week. Mr. Ibu passed last week, right? We haven't even started raveling the story behind Mr. Ibu and his wife. Last week, I made a very short live stream both on YouTube and Facebook, saying that may we not be surrounded with people that will bring doom to our lives. That was this journey of Mr. Ibu, especially the last days of his life. We are surrounded with controversy, family dragging, fighting over his donated wealth. Not that Mr. Ibu has any money left in the banks. Donation money. The kind of confusion that thing they cause, people will not understand it. Now we are talking about Wigwe. And then some Nigerians that felt that, yeah, because they are sitting very comfortable in their homes, they are not touchy, going through processing in her mind, her emotion, her mental health. How am I going to deal with this? See, for the past 9 months, I've come to understand that people are going through a lot. When I mean a lot, that understanding came with the kind of interaction I've had in the past 9 months. Meeting people at their lowest, and grappling for help. People are looking for help. If you think mental health is until the person start carrying ogogoro on the market and start singing and dancing with tattered clothes, no. Mental health is a big problem. Big problem. In the past 9 months, I've had a case of 4 by themselves like that. 4 people. 4 by themselves like that. One, they quarrel with the girlfriend though. I don't know what the girlfriend said to the man. The man entered room by himself. Just like that. People are going through things. You don't know what they are processing. So don't be part of their pain. Don't join your bad comment or your bad utterances to contribute to their pain. Don't. Because you don't know the monster the person is fighting with. You don't. I came in here. My sweet sister Treasure said I'm looking stunning. I say thank you. I was happy. Yeah, somebody said I'm looking stunning. But behind this looking stunning, there is something going on here, and something the chest is taking, and that is life for every one of us. As you're going through this journey, be part of people's happiness rather being part of their sorrow. Say some encouraging things that will help another person get over what the person is going through. You might be going through financial difficulties. Another person might be going through health challenges. And to be honest with you, you're way better off than person going through health challenges because you still got health. The person is battling with his life or her life, trying to live. They say health is wealth, and indeed it's true. So don't think because you need money today, nobody should hear what because you need money, you haven't eaten. And you have your life all together, your health intact, your hands functioning, your legs are able to move around. You can find something to eat. The person that the legs or the hands are being hung up for treatment cannot even get down from the bed. Talk more of ability to use clutches. Talk more of walking with his or her legs. And that brings me towards gratitude for every day. As we are chasing this wealth, chasing this money, we want to make it by all means necessary. No, don't desire to make money by all means necessary. Make money by legal means necessary. Legal means necessary, not by all means. All means could be you could carry bush to go and stand on the road looking for who to snatch their vehicle. That is not legal means necessary. So let's all start prioritizing and appreciating this thing called life. Hey, see Mommy Fechi. Thank you for joining me today. Me weight loss, longest time, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you all. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. I really do. I really do. Mommy Fechi, thank you for being here. So what am I saying? I'm saying let's appreciate life. And for those judging Tochi Wigwe, the young girl that lost mother, father, and brother, think again. If you think it was all rosy for her, I don't want to pray bad prayer for you, because when I read that comment, I just restrained myself from saying, God, this person thinking like this, may they swap places. You know, sometimes it's good to swap places so that you can understand what the other person is feeling. I remember when I came newly to the US, I was watching a wife swap, how people will exchange wives for a week, and you can live with another person's husband to know if you thoroughly the man. Then by the time they finish 1 week, after 1 week, they will be crying and missing their husband. I said, good. You thought you had a demon in the house, not knowing that your husband was the angel, but you were the one with problems. So when you think, because of Mr. President, a girl did not lack home training, you that is well trained, I don't want to say, may what happened to the girl besiege you. I don't want to. But sometimes it's good to swap places so that people can understand the other side of life. People can understand it. Life is too short. The earlier we appreciate one day at a time, the better for all of us, including me. I worry. Hey, I can worry for Africa. I'm not just only worrying for myself. I'm worrying for people around me. Yeah, and that is the fact. For people around me, I worry for them. Because if they are better, I feel more fulfilled. I don't want to be the only. I can't remember the saying, how he said, is it the one eye king? I want my circle of friends, circle of community, my people in my community, to everybody be thriving in health and other things. I remember when I started doing my juice channel, which I packed by the corner because life got busier. It's just to bring out to larger audience the best things we can take in terms of juices than taking soda and what have you. When I try to process healthy meals, it's for someone else to learn one or two things from it. You can actually make this, and it's going to help you regulate your blood pressure. It's going to help you feel better. Maintain some antioxidant juices, and that will help you reduce inflammation. I want to share the little knowledge I got to better another person's life. Let your journey in life not be one that will cause others pain. Let your journey in life not be the one that when people go to bed, they are thinking deeply about what you said about them. I remember making reference to Wendy Williams. I can't stop talking about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is at her lowest right now. Rewind back 10 years ago, she was booming. 15, when I came to this country, those were the shows I was into watching when they were saying, well, this woman get bad mouth. Oh, hey, a mouth bad, no be small. There were other people doing live daytime shows. We had Oprah Winfrey at the time. We had Tyra Banks. But Wendy Williams went extremely different route. She was talking about people. She made mockery about people's mistakes and flaws. And sometimes she will yap herself too. But she was the queen of yaps. She was throwing it back, left, right, and center. Today, fast forward today, she's not of good health. Not of good health. And people are still putting her on television programs because she's flat and out. Yeah, she's bankrupt. That's why they are putting her on television for her to make money, even in her vulnerable moment. She's very ill, but people are still putting her, directors and all of that. She's still in the news so that she can make money. I don't know what else I need to add here. Mommy Feti say people say horrible things at her. People say horrible things to her at this very sad moment. Yes, they said that she lacked home training, that she was not well brought up. How can she not stand up to greet Mr. President? Who be Mr. President? The only being that could have walked in there and changes everything about that girl is God. That would be the only being. If God had moved in there in human form and took the girl by her hand, her problems are solved. And that's the only thing I guess she's relying right now on. God, help me to get through today. Help me to get through the net today. Her prayers is get through a day, one day at a step. And people are thinking about Mr. Vice President. Mr. Vice President, because Mr. Vice President. Mr. Vice President, is he bigger than the girl's father that is lying cold somewhere in the mortuary? People don't get it. People don't get it. All right, Treasure, thank you. Entertainment Daily, Mel, thank you for joining me today. Thank you. I tried so hard to avoid talking about the Wigwes because of my personal experience. But when I saw that act of ridicule they wanted to make of the girl, I said, no, I must say something. I must say something. People are very, very, I don't want to use the word because I've said a lot of words here on this live stream that YouTube might end up not promoting my live stream and Facebook because of all those strong words. But these are realities. Sincerely, they are realities and people should hear them. For the fact that you have a smartphone, you have access to internet, does not make you to become enemy of the world. If you're fighting everybody with your bad words, bad comment, anything you think you have, you can say because nobody can grab you physically to, give you one on the face. That doesn't change your own life. It simply means that your life is as horrible as the things coming out from your mouth. That's what is, because indeed, you cannot give what you don't have. You can't. If you're seeking for love, or if you're talking about loving other people, if you haven't loved yourself enough, you can't give love. You can't. There were some American series I've been following, a court case of a girl that married the mother with silly excuses. It simply means the girl was not shown love by the mother and she doesn't have love. Or is it the woman that married her child? It's the same thing. She had no love in her. That's why she can easily do away with another person's life. So when you think about this whole thing, it comes down to us. There is always a lesson, one or two things to take home from everything that happened to others. Myself, for example, I don't like to be in the statistics, though life has put me in a lot of statistics. When you talk about toddlers that lost their children, you can include me. When you talk about those that became fatherless, you can include me. When you talk about those that their father were not there when they got married, you can include me. I've become part of the statistics, right? But as I'm growing as a grown adult, knowing a lot of things, I don't want to make mistakes that can be avoided. I want to learn from people. From people's mistakes, I want to learn. So there is something to take home from the Wigwes, and I'm going to be sharing one or two, especially coming from the testimonies of those that gave speeches at that event. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you for coming here. You're really looking to so great. My first time here, night. Oh, thank you so much, Gladys. I really appreciate. If you're a content creator, I'm definitely going to look you up. Thank you so much for being here. Some people are heartless and insensitive. They are highly insensitive. This generation, they don't have love at all. They don't know what love is all about. They don't know it. They don't. I was trying to, there was a video I came across. It was talking about Gen Zs. And then what the millennials and the boomers think about Gen Zs. That's the video. I'm still watching the video. By the time I'm done, I'll be able to come and share one or two things I learned from it. There is always a lesson to learn. I don't want this live stream to be overly long. So the max I can do today will be 1 hour, 30 minutes. And we're already 30 minutes gone. So what are the things to learn from Wigwe's family tragedy? I'm sharing that now. The PA to Herbert Wigwe, in his speech, he said it was luggages that made him miss the helicopter flight. It was because they had luggages, so there were no space, so he had to step down. And before that time, he has had other battles with his soul, with his spirit about the journey. If you need to go to Access Bank online on YouTube, you can watch all their speeches. You'll be able to hear some of the things I'm saying. So the man said he asked his boss, that was Herbert Wigwe, why flying at night? His response was, come on, this is America. That was his response. So they trusted the country. I'm also one of those that trusted the country. Oh, absolutely. When I was growing up, when I became of age, when I was thinking about, okay, it's time to start thinking about marrying, having children, I said, I don't want to have my children in Nigeria. I don't know. That was me. So when I came here, how much I trusted America. When I came here and when I eventually got married, I became pregnant, I got up to due date and my body wasn't even giving way to, prepare myself for delivery. I asked the doctor, okay, if my body is not opening up, what's the next option? They say CS is next option. I said, okay, fine. I did not blink an eye about CS in America. I say, get me a date. Let me pick a date. Period. That was how I trusted the country. But in Nigeria, tell me operation in Nigeria, I say, waiting. That child, we must born am. That's my mentality. So people trust the country. But the thing is, you might trust the country. How about the weather? Have you gone through the forecast to know what the forecast is saying for the day? That's where loopholes will come in. If the forecast is telling you it's windy, is going by 3,000 mph, blah, 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 those are the things you will be considering when you're trusting the process. Consider the weather. Another thing to learn from what happened, that one I learned it many years ago, okay? I remember I learned it from my mother. If we are doing a family trip, my mother will say, no, all of us will not enter into one car. Maybe because her husband died from an auto accident. Maybe, I don't know. So she would rather say, this particular number of people will go with this car, these people will go with this car. So let's spread ourselves. The whole family should not pack themselves into one vehicle. That is something to learn from what happened to the Wigwes. I learned it from my mother way back. I remember when my family were traveling for a wedding in Nigeria. What my mother said, remember, if you're going with Delta, the other person should follow Lufthansa. It's not funny, but it is the truth. So the family had to fly 3 different aircraft to get to Nigeria. That's another thing to pick from what happened to the Wigwe. You don't put your whole eggs in one basket. Nobody knows tomorrow. Hey, Vera. Vera, pardon me. Oh. I said I was gonna get back to you. I never did. Nne, iwe lumiwe, you're in order. Biko, forgive me. Biko, I akpanka na phone. Hey, Biko, forgive me. Forgive me. Me weight loss says something 2017. Okay, so despite making money, he was not carried away. His humble background saved him. You cannot give what you don't have. Absolutely. Me too. I trusted the country. I lost my baby girl. Hey, people don't understand. But this country, I trust this country too much. But things happen. Okay, things happen. Sincerely, things happen. So those are the things. Don't be over trusting, or don't trust totally. Leave some gaps for doubt. Say, okay. Yeah, you're making sense. Why flying this night? Okay, can you check the weather? Let's see what the weather is saying. They should confirm the weather. Like I said, number one thing, as you're trusting the country, you're also doing your own personal findings, investigation, researches as you're trusting the country. And then don't pack your whole family in one car, in one aircraft. Is not a good thing. That's the lesson learned. Because assuming one person went with a different route, you understand, there would have been one person alive. Let us also learn from other people's story. I seriously believe in learning from other people's story. So see who is here is Vera the baby. Thank you for joining me, honestly. Is well, I can't even be angry with you. You look so beautiful. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you. Nobody know that name here, I beg. Which name? I don't understand what Treasure is talking about. So laugh, Jared. So what am I saying here? Don't put your whole family into one place, okay? Especially when you're not the one driving, you're not the pilot, you're not the conductor, you're not anywhere near the steering or whatever means of transportation. Make sure. My family friend, they went home for Christmas. That's a family of 6. They went on 2 different aircrafts. People might think you're overdoing. No, we learn from others. Host from the power part. Okay, the PA, we can learn not to force things to favor us, especially when we receive disappointment, just the way luggage is prevented the PA and saved his life. Yes, that is just the truth. Somebody would say, maybe he grumbled, though. As per human beings, maybe you say, oh God, why is it because of the suitcase that did not make the flight? Why did they not let me make the flight? The suitcase could have been transported another means or brought in tomorrow. You never can tell. That's the human nature. Ordinarily, when something happened, you like, oh, maybe they don't just want me to go with them. Maybe they da. I hope he didn't say any of those because God saved him. I really hope so. So there is something to learn. When I say I learn from other people, I don't want to be part of statistics anymore. I'm already in the numbers, okay? Being a woman also made me into a statistics, okay? Being a colored woman in America, I'm also under the statistic, the numbers. I don't want to continue to be. Now learn from people. So if there's anything to take home, this will be it. As you're planning for trips, if it's something that you can avoid all of you in the same vehicle, yes, please. All of you in the same plane, yes, please. The devil is not sleeping and he doesn't want anything good to happen to good people. You always look for a way to bring sadness to human beings, and that is just the truth. That is the lesson I've learned. To be very cautious. In as much as you trust the country, trust the process, find out, do your own personal thing. Go the extra mile to do your own personal findings. You don't know what it might prevent. You don't know what it might save. You don't know. My heart goes out to the Wigwes. I learned this morning that the father of the deceased slumped at the church. Who wouldn't? The man should be in his maybe 80s or 90s. But the whole thing, processing the whole thing, God, what am I still alive for? Is me that they should be buried, not my son. God, what is going on here? Why am I alive witnessing this thing? The mind, there is so much power in the mind. So much power. It can play you tricks. You become a child. Just your mind will make you start thinking otherwise. I know the man would have been processing a lot of things. These are the people that are supposed to bury him, but look at him burying them. It's painful to watch. You know, sometimes I really like Yoruba culture in the sense that the elders, they don't see the or go for funeral of their children, you know, okay? So they're supposed to be their children burying them, not the other way around. I really like that because only God knows what was going on in that man's mind in the church. Somebody will be saying, a very poor man will say, I'm waiting this for the top with all this money where we get live. Their life is made now. Are they struggling? Oga, money isn't everything. Money isn't everything. For that man, for the father of Wigwe that slumped at the church, this, witnessing the funeral procession of the son, he's already asking God, it's not supposed to be like this. I am supposed to be the one in the casket, not my son. Herbert is the one that's supposed to bury me, not the other way around. Those are the things that be whining in the man's mind. I'm happy he's doing okay. He was taken to the hospital. They are going to attend to him. But it's just for us to know that this thing that happened to them is not just any after all people buy every day. This is not people buy every day. They are going to have 3 graves. If they're burying them in their family home, 3 graves in one place. If they're going to cemeteries, one after the other, just like that. Easy. Easy. So anybody going online to throw Tochi, I just restrain myself online from leaving a comment. If you wish this girl ill because she did not get up to greet your Mr. Vice President, I held myself back. I say, God, thank God for maturity. That was the only reason I did not say otherwise. Those people are going through pain. Going through pain. I love the prayer Jimmy Odukoya, Pastor Jimmy Odukoya of Fountain of Life prayed for them. They got the right people with similar experiences to talk to the children. And I really applaud the people that organized the whole procession. Jimmy being there. Her mother died on a plane crash, Sosoliso in Port Harcourt. Then they were young people. They were young folks. So they've gone through that pain. And for most people that think money is money, money cannot buy Herbert back. If money can, they could have used money to wake him up. But money can't. I remember when Steve Jobs died, the founder of Apple. If money could cure cancer, they would have used money to take care of that health crisis. But money can't. When they wake up tomorrow, the family is still full. The house is full of people. 1 week down the line, they will start living one after the other. Reality will start setting in on those children. Reality. In a month's time, Herbert's father will not get a call from the son. Hey, Papa, how are you today? That's the reality these people are going to go through. So for anybody thinking it was an easy thing, that comparing sitting down and standing up to greet Mr. Vice President as if it was anything significant, should think again. For the rest of these people's life, for the rest of their lives, they are going to continue to remember their father, feel the pain, go through the process every day. I remember I was about 5 years ago. No, it was 5 or 6 years ago. Somebody was telling me about my father. Majority of the things I know about my father, I heard from people. They were telling me a story of my father. I say, well, my father, the much I know about from those mouths and the stories of people, I can tell you who my father was. From the stories of people, I can tell who my father was. Because if I'm hearing my mother alone, I'll say it's because he's your husband. That's why you're saying all nice things about him. But from people's stories, the people that he affected while he was alive in his young age, I can be able to reflect that my father was a good man. So my question is, as we journey into this life, are you impacting other people's lives? Or are you the one-man king in your community that wants every other person to tobale for you, to bow for you? How many people are you touching their lives as you live? We are all chasing money. All of us in this world, we are chasing money. Even the richest man on earth is still chasing money. Because if not, they will stop investing, but they are still investing. Elon Musk is still finding a way to make things work in this space. They are still chasing money. So whether you're chasing poor money, rich man's money, billionaires' money, millionaires' money, everybody in this life is chasing money. But in the journey of that, to acquire money, to make money, to be comfortable, to be rich, make sure your life is a meaningful one. Make sure you're impacting lives in your journey. Touch people. What people do now, some people are doing salaka when they think they want, they'll go and cook things and give. Make sure you're not passing your bad problem to people. Shh. Guys, give me 1 second. Mama, we're supposed Guys, I'm sorry I have to end this live stream. I wasn't even looking at time again. I have an event at 2 p.m. and it's just about 20 something minutes to the time, and my drive time is 18 minutes. So I'm sorry I have to leave, but before I leave this live stream today, I want you to take something home. Be a part of someone's success. Don't be a part of someone's downfall. In the sense, say things or touch lives that will make somebody happy, or touch lives that will put some joy or some life into other people. Don't be a part of somebody's anxiety, depression, or looming period. Be a part of someone's joy. Make sure that your day to day, you're a part of the reason why someone smiles. Put a smile on someone's face. It could be just a call. It could be a conversation. It could be, how are you? Let us have a meaningful living. Let us impact life in a very meaningful way, so that when you're gone, when I'm gone, people will have good things to say about us. That is what I'm leaving us. There are so many things to take home from this journey of the Wigwes, the Herbert, the Doreen, and Chizzy. May God in his infinite mercy comfort their family. May God accept their souls and comfort the people they left behind. My prayers, thoughts are with this family, and I want you all to say prayers for them as well in your quiet moment. Let's live to impact life. Let's live to leave a legacy that our children and children and generation to come will be proud of. Let not be among those that want to make money by all means necessary, but let's be among those that want to make money by all legal means necessary, everything lawful. Let it be our watchword. Until I see you in my next live stream, please, please, and please be kind to yourself. Love yourself enough so you can be able to show me love. And know Especially to all the women out there, happy International Day. Know that you're worthy, you're beautiful, and know that you're loved. If nobody is telling you, I love you, I'm telling you today, I love you all. Thank you guys for joining me. I have to go. I have 18 minutes drive to my event and I don't want to be late. See you guys in my next live man. Thank you immensely for all of you that joined today. Join me. If you haven't followed my page, follow my page on Facebook. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm using my family channel because I'm talking about family, and also my cooking channel. Join me in any of these. Let's connect. Thank you guys. Stay blessed.